In this video, we are going to be talking about finances. That was the next exercise that we did together, Judy and me. So Judy, tell me, what was your struggle with finances?
Budgeting.
Budgeting?
Well, I don't know how much to really spend on things, and I've given it thought, and I've tried to do budgeting over the years. Different people have tried to help. A financial planner,
Yeah.
A friend, brother, but they get too personally involved, but they want it their way.
Yeah.
That's what I got to thinking about afterwards, and nothing resonates with me.
Okay.
And I thought, I don't know if this is going to even work with you, but I'm going to try it now since I'm getting the help. Let's go do it, because I didn't realize until I started doing it that how much now it's making a difference.
You need
I'm just hoping it keeps that going that way, but I didn't have a clue.
Yeah. So when I was talking with Judy during the session, I sensed a lot of frustration and a lot of stress because she didn't know how much money she was allowed to spend in the different things, right? She was going grocery shopping and she didn't know how much money she had for groceries, and then she never knew how much money she could spend in clothes or in going out for restaurants and things like that. So she needed to bring clarity into her financial life. So what we did, we started with a spreadsheet, and then we started tracking all the income, and then all the expenses. We went back 3 months, and then we kind of track all the categories like groceries, eating out, taxi, everything that you were spending, and then we tried to kind of monitor everything, and we tried to create a budget that was for her, like basically that she's not spending more than what she makes every month. And then one of the systems that we created together was envelope system.
Yes, because I have to be able to see the cash coming and going. I have to see how much.
Yeah.
And so I got really creative.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure I'm gonna say this way, but it's working.
It's working
for
good
now. But I'm still struggling with getting at it each time I've been out.
So she's a very visual person, and she loves crafting, as you can see.
Yes.
So she created this amazing system.
So what I did is made up, I'm going to use some file folders here, and made up what each category was on the spreadsheet. That was amazing what you did for me there, because I could never do stuff on the computer for it. And I was even going back to the spreadsheet and tweaking it and saying, oh, maybe I don't need that much for bus or whatever, and so but I got it to balance again with doing that.
That's awesome.
I could never do that manually or even on the computer, but like, you have no idea how grateful I am for that, because just working with you on this, it just seems so comfortable, and it just comes to me, whereas anyone else I've ever done this with, I have a negative feeling. Not this time. So then inside, I'm using, do I have 2 of these? Yeah, I have one out, I think. But I just got money for the first part of the month, and then I realized, no, I really do have to the whole month. But just getting started. So just use these. I can just throw the cash in here, and I've got a box to put it in if it's for fire safety, water safety stuff, so on the center box, so it'll I won't lose it in a fire. But this is what I have to do. I have to actually see it, and I had to count all this. Arithmetic is not my specialty, so this took me a long time to figure this out.
Okay.
But I just put here, so the bus in here is the money, and then I'm putting notes in here when I've gotten like 2 rides already free that I would have taken the bus. Yeah. So I'm seeing, oh my God, I've already got
extra money now.
I have some extra money by the end of the month. I can't wait to do the budget again. So so this is where I go, and then and if I have to, if I'm in a rush or something, I just grab the whole thing and put it in my bag, because I carry an extra bag. Yeah. So then it goes back in here at the end of the day when I come home. Well, sometimes it has to.
That's awesome.
So then there's one for groceries. That's how much per month, and I haven't even spent that much yet, and it's over half a month already. Taxi, I haven't even used that yet. Eating out, I still have some money left.
Awesome.
And laundry, I'm still figuring that one out, because I didn't do any for a couple of months. And miscellaneous,
I just want to say that we just set up the system this month. So this is the first month that she's testing the system.
Yeah.
Finding a system for every person is very unique. So it's very important to understand how everybody functions. And in her case, she's very visual. She needs to count things. She needs to like make it this way. So we will all have different ways to do things. This is the way that she can keep up and the system that she feels comfortable with. And you are still tweaking it, right?
Yeah.
So these are the numbers that are the real numbers that came out of the spreadsheet. So now she has a real number to follow, basically.
When you, before you did the spreadsheet too, you said go through the last 2 or 3 months of your receipts.
Yeah.
And so I realized that has helped so much. And that's how I got my categories, was from that.
Exactly.
The few different places were actually groceries.
Yeah.
That's where I always struggled between, you go to one place and you're getting groceries and extra things and, you know, stuff from Merlin or whatever. And
everything is mixed up.
Yeah. And your way of doing this and just getting me to go through it on my own. And so these were all the miscellaneous. I haven't even got into that yet. And, you know, from a hairdresser and now therapy right now, I was able to take some money out from some money I have invested, and I have that for the year. So that money is actually already here and I haven't touched it for anything else. So I've been able to pay for that. And ABG for my computer stuff, that's how much, that was the other thing I had trouble with, is if I don't see it, I can't leave that, if I go into my account and say, oh, $12 of that $900 in there is for $12 a month to save up to the end of the year to pay for this, I didn't know how I would do that. So to see this, I know every month now $12 goes in here and I don't touch that, and by the end of the year I can pay for that. And then of course there's Merlin.
Merlin, of course.
And that's actually the amount for now doing monthly stuff for him, but also for his yearly thing. Yeah.
So with Merlin, what happens is that she doesn't have like a $70 a month fee. What she has is like some months she needs to pay vet bill that maybe is $200. She buys food maybe every second month, and then so the expenses are up and down. But when you add up everything and then you divide it by 12, you have the average of every month. So what she's doing, she's putting $70 away every month because that's a quantity that makes sense for her according to her expenses. And then one month she may not use $70, but the following month she may use $140. So that was the way for her to like account for that money.
And that's why I have to have this envelope for it too. To know, like, I've already spent $70 this month. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, now what am I going to do, right? But next month I don't, because I spent that $70 was partly a couple of months of food for him. So next month it'll be next to nothing, just getting his nails done probably. So that I can see that now. And plus what I did buy, I got a coupon that said if I kept the coupon and brought the receipt back a week later, they were having a special on, I got a gift card back and for using stuff at that store. And it's not in money, it's in a gift card, so I just put it back in here with this, and I can use it when I go for stuff in a couple months for him.
Another thing that I noticed from her when we were going through the numbers is that she started to become aware of her expending behavior, right? And that's not something to feel bad about. It's just something to become aware of, like, oh wow, I didn't know that I was spending this month so much money going out for dinner. I didn't know I was spending so much money doing this or doing that. And now you are questioning everything that you are doing, right?
I'm questioning it, yes, and I'm feeling okay.
It's okay. So I want to show you the budget that we worked on. So basically, I know it's small. I don't know if you can see it from there, but basically what we did, we brought the income with the different categories here, and then we brought all the expenses here, and then we brought the total. And then what we did is we did from January all the way to December, so all the months. So now she can see how much money she's making every month. She can see how much she's spending every month. And then on the right hand side here, what we did the average of everything, and that's her budget. So these numbers that you see here, $70 for Merlin, 12, she's been playing with these numbers until the expenses are equal to the income or less. So basically that she's making sure that she's not overspending every month. And once she came up with the numbers that she felt comfortable with, that's when she created the envelope system, and that's when she basically brought every quantity here for every month. So this is a great system to get started. Another thing that you were confused with was because you have a credit card, you have a debit card, so the expenses were coming from different ways, and sometimes it's difficult to track and to kind of understand what's happening because you don't have a centralized place, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So right now you are trying to avoid using credit cards for like at least the first month,
Yeah.
and then just stick to this system until you kind of become familiar.
I'm gonna do it for as long as I can, maybe for a few months, whenever I just don't need things.
Yeah.
With a lot of stuff, the only thing I'm worried about are things for MasterCard is just something breaks down, or there's an emergency with Merlin or myself. And right now, that's the only thing that's going to go on MasterCard. I'm going to be tempted, believe me, but it's going to take a few months for me to just, because those are just numbers, right? And I'm like,
exactly.
oh yeah, I don't really need that much, and then I'll probably get it and say, well, I wanted this and this and this, but I get it now. I get this. Like, I'm looking at this, I'm playing with it. I don't look at this as much, but I'm looking at the numbers to see what I can work with, and I'm still in the black.
And it's good. And everything that you are saving every month, we're gonna be working on creating that emergency fund. Is that emergency fund is basically extra money that you have, hopefully in a different account, that you don't use unless it's a really emergency, something out of the ordinary. And she's working towards that. And then that will create a lot of peace of mind for you, because if the coffee maker breaks, something extraordinary happens one month, you have that extra money to do it, right? But this is, Judy, this is the reality for a lot of people. A lot of people are on very limited income, and we just have to make the best of it, right? We just have to try and that's why the systems like this help you do the best that you can with what you have. And I think you are doing a really good job. I think I'm very impressed with what you have created, and I think it's gonna work really well for you. And I think that once you use this system a few months, you're going to feel really comfortable. You are going to know, and then it's gonna become less of a hassle for you to try to follow a system like this, because it's gonna become a habit. Right?
So I might just keep this for now because it works, and I was thinking about changing it there, but I'm gonna hang on to that because maybe down the road I don't need to have this sort of thing, and just keep them all in there, and that's all I'll need. So just reducing size, space, whatever.
Perfect.
But no, this works good. And I don't think I was really, maybe I just never have been ready for this stuff.
And then this was something that you were planning on using
instead of that, because these are so big to put in my box when my friend gave me this to use, and I thought this is good to put them all in. But these are too wide for the box. I have to bend this. So I'm thinking I'll still use this for a while. Maybe down the road I'll tweak it and maybe just put the stuff in here, and then this will be easier just to pull out and put it in my bag and go.
Perfect.
Whereas right now, this actually makes me work at it a little bit. I think that's a...
But that's good. So that's the thing. You create a system, you start using it, testing it, and then you have to start tweaking it when you feel frustrated. Like, how can I change this frustration? And then for you now, it's that this is a little bit too large, so now you are changing into this system, and it's gonna get better and better and better the more you use it, right? So it won't be perfect from day one, but you are working. You are improving it every day.
What I've loved from the beginning of doing the coaching too is you've been constantly reminding me, which has been really good, and the encouragement of you don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be right. You don't have to go fast at it. Go at your pace, however it works for you to work with you. And how you say, you might want to tweak it a bit, just test it for a while. The words that you were using just resonate for me too, to say when I'm starting to feel anxious or something, or like I don't know if I can do it, like you'll come up with the words like that. I remember that when you're saying starting this stuff, and you said, we're just gonna go for a month here and just take maybe take a couple weeks to just play with it or whatever, but you gotta sit back and test it out for a bit too.
Because I do know that you are trying your best. And I do know that a system like this is not easy to implement, right? It takes a while. So that's why it's better to get started, even if it's not going to be perfect, but then you are getting used.
Yes.
You are running into those small challenges that you have to change. So the sooner you get started, the sooner that you will improve the system, and the sooner that you will get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
But we all have different paces, so you just have to do your best. And sometimes your best takes 3 months. For some people it's a week, for some people it's 2 months. It doesn't matter.
I'm learning all that stuff now. I'm 60 years old and I'm just learning this stuff now. I've had someone say to me, I told them this even at the store, and they said, wait a minute, I have to go into my own. I'm just learning budgeting. I'm 60 years old and I'm learning.
It's never too late.
And she goes, that's great.
I should learn that
thank
too.
you. But yeah, and that's the other thing you were saying. And I was getting kind of perturbed a little bit when people were saying and seeing memes about it's never too late to do this. Yeah. But now that I am doing things and I am implementing things, it feels okay for that to be said to me now, because
and you have nothing to hide. Yeah. There are so many people that they won't be able to do something like this, and the fact that you are doing it is great. I was lucky that my family taught me how to do this, but if they didn't, I wouldn't know how to do this either, right?
That's the thing. I wonder how many people haven't had the chance to do this when they're younger, like myself. My parents never did any of that stuff, and they just never thought of that. It wasn't. I'm not blaming them for not. It just didn't work for them. I don't know how they did it, and we managed with 8 kids, right? But we managed, and secondhand stuff was all I knew back then, and I think all the stuff in between the time I grew up to where I am now, and all the things that have been going on in my life, is because I never had that when I was younger, and I didn't have the skills and the tools to work with that to do better. So I just went crazy over the years, and things have happened to every part of my life that now with, I'm on a better road in at least the last 10 years now. Clarity after clarity on different things are happening, and I guess that's where you see where I'm trying my best. I really am, because I do want to make something of my life for the rest of my life.
And you are creating a lot of change in a few months. I have seen it, and I am confident.
I didn't think I was, but I see it now.
It's pretty amazing. Well, thank you, Judy.
Thank you. You've been great.